The Jim and Terry Show from downtown Bob Cajun, talking about the cost of your soul. If we could put your soul on a scale, because I'm Libra, I'm going to talk about the scales of justice and say, what's your soul worth, Jim?
Follow the money.
Oh, follow the money.
Follow the money.
Allen and Gibbons.
Follow the money.
That's what you call an unintended accident. The song was already cued.
But it's there. It's there.
So we're going to follow whatever it is that we're going to use this. I called these story starters when I spoke to you earlier. Story starters are things that we use, like a one sentence, a phrase, an idiom. What did you say? Emerging consciousness. Wasn't that the song we're going to try to write a song? And I still think that that's a good challenge and worthy of. But we follow these things. So there you go. Follow the money. But we were looking at this thing, and I just pulled it up because it was something I sent to Jim this week. This week, meaning we're meeting on a Thursday, and whatever news has happened since last Thursday, we're sort of catching up on. But it always surprises me, hypocrisy. Out of all the things that could be a stench in the divine's nostrils, things that are abhorrent to God, would be hypocrisy above all.
Yeah, I would think that would be one that's right in there, that's for sure, because what it is you've, in this particular case, what we're going to talk about is someone who lived a lie for 4 years and then just said, I didn't believe any of it.
Well, we're going to say that there are two that we're going to pick on. One I'll pick on because he came and spoke in Alberta at a conference of the United Conservative Party, Danielle Smith, during I'm going to say the spring of this year. I may be off on my timelines. And then he went over following this Canadian tour to speak with Putin. And that would be our favorite.
Oh, it's Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Guy would talk about selling your soul.
Well, this is the thing. We're weighing Tucker Carlson's soul in the balance and finding it wanting.
Yeah.
Wanting for credibility.
Yeah.
But he's a very I'm going to say respected. No, not well respected. Well educated is the word I'm looking for, because he has some kind of degree from one of the Ivy League universities.
Well, fine and dandy. It still doesn't mean, he found a way to make money, and he's going to make that money, and it's his business, and that's how he's probably going to justify it.
Is that the price of his soul?
Even if he led a country completely to hell, it's fine. It's what he's going to do to make money. That's his brand.
So there is no line in the sand for any one of these people who support.
No, they have no conscience.
No conscience.
They just don't care. I mean, what's that guy that with the Sandy Hook?
Alex Jones.
Absolutely,
he's still at it.
Absolute grief to people that are mourning and suffering, and
you don't hear Alex Jones saying Trump didn't really get shot. He didn't really get shot. That was fake. You can see it all fake. It was ketchup.
Well done. I like that. Nice voice. Yeah, we didn't pay for Alex Jones to come on the site. That's a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Yeah, well, so, he found something and people wanted to believe in. Part of it is these guys are evilly brilliant in a way in which they can...
Another song.
A way in which they can take the emotions of people, find it. And in this particular case, Sandy Hook, people didn't want to believe that atrocity could actually happen. They didn't want to believe there was that kind of evil in America. So when he came up and said it never happened, they go, yeah, it never happened. You're absolutely right. And it's the same philosophy behind Trump and I won the election. All those who were banking on Trump, hoping for Trump, hoping and hoping, all he had to do is say to them, well, no, I won. They took it. Yeah, that's what really happened because we did back the right guy. And this is the psyche of America. And it does take evil conniving, I believe, in order to bring that
evil
kind
conniving.
of
stuff. I thought you were going to say evil Knievel.
But I think that's what it takes in order to make these things work out for them.
Well, here we go. We were taking a look at this from my social media, and I do follow a few conservatives and a few GOP just to make sure I'm aware of what I was going to say blood pressure, what the pulse is, how far gone is the patient. If there's no pulse, there is no life. And I'm looking at Sean Hannity, who from the time of the election, 2020, the election results that night refused to say that Trump should, and I think he texted Trump and said, do not concede, do not concede. And so for 4 years now, and he is part of the reason why Fox News was sued for over $1 billion with a second suit. I haven't heard anything. I don't know whether it was settled out of court before they had to pay their $2 billion to Smartmatic and the other election machine company for falsely claiming that there was election fraud. And so 4 years and what are long, but in court, this is the difference. You say anything you want out of court, but as soon as you're under oath, all of a sudden the truth comes out. And the truth was, quote, this is from Sean Hannity, I never believed for a second that Trump won 2020.
There you go. And that jerk for 4 years led a whole pile of people astray. And some people will even lose their lives. People try to kill people and everything else because of lies.
Yes.
Just lies. Yeah. Because they make a lot of money by being liars. And they get to go on tours and everything else.
Okay, so I'm going to take this in a theological direction, spiritual direction, and say, who is the father? And this is a question. Who is the father of lies?
Well, we know who that is.
Okay. Now, we've also said in this podcast or the previous one, you were saying that we like to, those who are guilty of something project it onto somebody else and blame them for what they're really guilty of themselves.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the claim that it's the Democrats and whoever Hollywood elites, blah, 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 who are drinking babies' blood and are diabolical and evil and are full of the devil.
And aren't they also lizards or something?
Yes, the lizard people.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
could forget that?
Yeah, I think
conspiracy?
that's bold.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm certainly hoping it's bold.
So again, I'm looking at that hypocrisy as the stench in God's nostrils and saying, well, this is pretty much what you're seeing here.
Well, look at the guy that went to shoot up the pizzeria.
Yeah.
Because there were children chained up in the basement, which the pizzeria didn't even have a basement. It was all bull. But these guys kind of promote that kind of stuff, or people like them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people could have died that day just because they were worked up by a complete lie. But the liar is so convincing that they blow a fuse and their sanity goes out the window. They get a gun, they buy a bunch of ammunition, and they go there to kill everybody.
Right. So
because they want to save the children that are not there, that are not being sold.
There is no basement.
There is no basement.
Yeah, so we got to be careful with what we choose to believe, and there should be evidence for our beliefs. If there's no evidence, then you should be quiet. Don't say what you're saying. So the matter of public record is where you and I, we have no secret handshake. We don't get admission to the FBI or the CIA. We know nothing beyond what we read in public record, what we see on the news. And that's two guys with their coffee talking about, hey, have you heard?
Well, it's like, it's not just what we read and stuff too, though. Like me because of my faith, I look and I say, okay, how does this resemble the teachings of Jesus Christ? All you people claiming to be followers of Jesus Christ, yet your whole lifestyle and everything and believing that some of these lies doesn't sit well with me, in looking at it.
Well, that's hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's hypocrisy, but I don't know how it can be justified for the greater good of being in control. That's not the way of Christ. It wasn't the way of Christ. He went to the grave. He
relinquished control.
He relinquished control. So I look at that and I observe these kind of things, and you said it yourself. Who's the father of lies? Satan's the father of lies. And it says in Revelation, all those who, part of the people that are going to be outside of the kingdom are those who love falsehood. And some of these people love falsehood. Mm-hmm. They know they're wrong. You know that guy knew Sandy Hook happened. He knew it did. He actually apologized at court, didn't he, at that one court case?
Did he apologize? I think he did.
Yeah,
because
he
that
had
was
to
a condition.
do something
Yeah.
to ease the penalty. Yeah. Now, he probably says I was forced to apologize. But nevertheless, they know that happened. But they know they make millions of dollars saying it didn't. Love falsehood. That's loving falsehood, buddy, and you're in danger. You're in danger of just being a liar. And it's not something God's too fond of.
And it should be able to find out where truth is by just following the facts.
Okay, there's a conspiracy theory out there right now, and it's being pushed. It's all over the...
If we talk about this, are we going to get banned from YouTube?
The conspiracy theory is it was all staged. Trump didn't really get shot.
Oh, yeah,
now,
that's
intelligent
one, yeah.
minds will just simply tell you 2 people died.
Yes.
And others were injured in that.
Yes.
It actually happened, folks. It's not, don't go down that conspiracy road. He may have had just a little nick on his ear. I have no idea how much an ear will bleed if there's a pinprick in it. I don't know. I dropped a screwdriver on the top of my head once, and you would have thought I had crushed my skull. The blood was just rolling down my face.
A scalp injury is profusive.
Yeah. And so I don't know how much he was injured. I don't know if it merits this great big thing he's got on his ear right now.
He was golfing the next day.
But he was injured, and someone did try to kill him. That's the main point, not how much they hit him or didn't. They tried to hit him, and they missed, and they killed other people in the process and injured other people in the process. It happened, but people don't want to believe it. And so you have the conspiracies out there. People won't look at the evidence, as you said, surrounding the one event. Never mind the event itself, but look what surrounded it. All the witnesses, seeing the guy on the roof, all that went down. You know, it happened, folks. It happened. So, anyways.
Something happened.
Yeah.
What it was is where my skepticism comes in and says, yeah, something happened, but I'm not sure what. So, not really a conspiracy theorist, but one who waits for all the evidence. Have I seen a medical report? No. The longer that goes on between the events and the non-event of non-reporting it, the more skeptical I become. If it was really so simple, then please just give us the report.
And he stopped it. He doesn't want to give the report. Why?
No.
Because maybe it was a piece of glass off the prompter that clipped it. You know.
Well, who knows? And we won't know until
But he
it's
still was
public
shot
record.
at. I mean, just go with it.
That's
You were
right.
Shot at.
That's right. He was shot at. But let's not make a martyr out of someone who's a 34 convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, and a pedophile in light of how many times? 67 times he appears in text messages with Jeffrey Epstein. But we forget about all these things because we need a hero. That's another Wigmore Allen Gibbons song.
Something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
Well, prophets, priests, and kings should make it clear.
Poets, prophets, priests, and poets.
I will never get that title right.
Follow the
money.
Follow
Follow the title.
Follow the matzo ball. Follow the matzo ball.
The pizza. Bye-bye for now.